Hi, I'm Bettina Sichel, and we are in Laurel Glen Vineyard, which is on Sonoma Mountain. Laurel Glen Vineyard was first planted to grapes in the 1880s by the German settlers to this part of Sonoma County. Today, all we grow here is Cabernet Sauvignon. The first Cabernet Sauvignon vines were planted in the 1960s, and this is the oldest block we are still farming, planted in the 1970s. Laurel Glen Vineyard has proven itself to be a great site for the variety of Cabernet Sauvignon, and that is because of where we're situated. Sonoma Mountain is the first significant windbreak to the Pacific, and on the west side of Sonoma Mountain, it is too cool for grape varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon. But once you crest Sonoma Mountain and come a little bit east, it becomes warm enough, because the mountain protects us, to grow Cabernet Sauvignon. We are above the fog line here at about 1,000 feet, and we're on a plateau that isn't shaded by the mountain in the afternoon. So we have perfect conditions to ripen Cabernet Sauvignon. And additionally, we harvest every year ripe Cabernet Sauvignon that has a little bit of acidity still in the grapes. And that is what makes Laurel Glen Vineyard so special. It has this kind of lightness, I like to say lightness on its feet, that you don't find in every Cabernet, and it's what gives the wines its distinctiveness. So what's so nice about the Cabernet we grow here is how small the berries are. You want Cabernet berries to be as small as possible because the color comes from the skin, and a lot of the complexity of the wine comes from the skin. So the more skin to juice ratio, the better. Yummy! And we have worked very hard to manage the canopy, the leaves, so that each cluster gets dappled light, not too much sun, not too much shade, just enough so they ripen evenly. And that is all towards the goal of harvesting uniformly ripe clusters. So we want as much to be optimally ripe at the same time as possible, because the logistics of harvesting are quite complex, and you can really only do it once. So when that day comes, we want as many of our grapes to be perfectly ripe as possible. It's a beautiful day here in Sonoma, as happens a lot, and I'm here at Laurel Glen Vineyard with my wonderful, very dear old friends from Heidelberg and our winemaker Randall Watkins. And we are going to be drinking a little bit of the Cabernet that comes from this vineyard. So there are two Cabernets that come from the vineyard. The best lots every year become Laurel Glen Vineyard Cabernet, and the more kind of easy drinking, ready to go once it's bottled lots become Laurel Glen Counterpoint. So we've been picking all morning. The grapes look gorgeous. The first truck just left for the winery, and here's to a great 2013 harvest.